students, this is lesson 6 on chapter 5 class 9 biology. In the last day's lesson, one topic was missed, that is called endocytosis. What is endocytosis? Endocytosis is a process by which animal cell engulfs liquid or solid food materials from the external medium. This is due to the flexibility of the plasma membrane. Here you can see the structure of an amoeba cell. And in case of white blood cell, they also engulf the foreign bodies in the same manner. Endocytosis is of two types, pinocytosis and phagocytosis. Pinocytosis means cell drinking. In this process, the plasma membrane invaginates inside, forming a intracellular membranous structure, a vesicle-like structure in which liquid materials are sucked in. The process is called pinocytosis. In the same way, solid food material, here you can see that food materials are here. In amoeba cell, pseudopodias are developed. Pseudopodias means the false feet. They engulf and entrap the food materials. Then a food vacuole is formed inside the cell. In this way, they engulf the food materials. White blood cells also engulf foreign bodies in the same manner. This is due to the flexibility of plasma membrane, and the process is called endocytosis. Now we are going to discuss about the other portions of a cell. This is the ultrastructure of a plant cell, where you can see outside of the plasma membrane another extra membrane is there, that is called the cell wall. Cell wall is present only in the plant cell, as well as it is present in the fungal cell wall and in bacteria cell wall. Remember that cell wall is not present in the animal cell. It is a rigid, permeable, semi-transparent and protective covering. It is more rigid than the plasma membrane. It is not so flexible. It is mainly made up of cellulose. In fungi, the fungal cellulose prepares the cell wall, that is called chitin. So this is a special. Fungal cell wall is made up of chitin. It is also present in bacterial cell wall also. What are the functions of cell wall? Cell walls gives a shape to the cell. It gives a structural strength and rigidity to the cell. It protects the internal materials of the cell. It helps in the growth. That means the growth of the cell wall, which indicates the growth of the organism also. It is transparent to semi-transparent. Transparent. It is not like the cell membrane. It is not selectively permeable. So this is about the cell wall. You can see here more viscous portions of the cell wall is known as exoplasm. That is the outer portion, and the portion which is inside the portion, that is called the endoplasm. This is a part of the cytoplasm. Next we are going to discuss about cytoplasm. Inside the cell membrane or the plasma membrane, cytoplasm is present. Cytoplasm is present in all the cells, in prokaryotic cell as well as in eukaryotic cell. Cytoplasm is mainly made up of three things: cytosol, cell organelles and cell inclusions. Cell inclusions include biomolecules, minerals, sugar, amino acids, etc., which are helpful in different metabolic activities inside the cell. Cytosol or the hyaloplasm is a liquid substance which I was telling just a few minutes before. That is, it is of two types, that is exoplasm and endoplasm. The outer side is viscous, which is exoplasm. Inner side is less viscous, which is known as endoplasm. Cytoplasm is actually the matrix which holds the other cell organelles. These cell organelles includes mitochondria, plastid, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. Okay, now we are going to discuss about a very important cell organelle, that is called the endoplasmic reticulum. We abbreviate it as ER, endoplasmic reticulum. In this diagram you can see on the outer side of the nucleus, it is starting from the nucleus, it ending almost near the plasma membrane. It almost present on all portion of the cytoplasm in a cell. Endoplasmic reticulum is absent in prokaryotic cell. It is present in all types of eukaryotic cells. It is of two types, RER and ACR. RER means rough endoplasmic reticulum and ACR means smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Here in this diagram you can see the RER and ACR has been focused here, and these are the differences between RER and ACR. What are they? RER is mainly made up of cisternae, some flat sac-like structures are there. ACR is made up of vesicles and tubule-like structures. RER are rough because they are having this red granular structures are present which are called ribosomes, but in ACR no ribosomes are present. RER mainly produces protein and ACR produces lipids and steroids. These are the main differences between RER and ACR. Endoplasmic reticulum in general is responsible for the membrane biogenesis. What is membrane biogenesis? Membrane biogenesis means formation of the cell membrane. Whatever proteins and lipids are produced in the RER and ACR, they are transported to the cell membrane to maintain the structure of the cell membrane. The process is called membrane biogenesis. Not only that, endoplasmic reticulum acts as a cytoskeleton. It is a cytoplasmic framework. It helps in transfer of substances and it also helps in detoxification. Mainly the smooth endoplasmic reticulum present in the liver cells, they helps in detoxification of pollutants, poisonous substances, harmful substances into materials which can be excreted out. These are the functions of endoplasmic reticulum, and this is the diagram of the endoplasmic reticulum. Remember that this is an ultrastructure. Now lastly, we are going to discuss today about the ribosomes. Ribosomes were discovered by George Palade in 1955. They are also known as Palade granules. Ribosomes are of two different types. Ribosomes are very small and ultrastructure. It may be look like this time. Prokaryotic cells, these are of smaller in size. They are of 70S. In eukaryotic cell, they are of 80S size. You can see here two subunits are there in ribosomes. Here S is representing a Wedberg coefficient. When the cell organelles are centrifuged, or the cell is centrifuged actually, the way they are separated out, on the basis of that this Wedberg coefficient is given. Remember that prokaryotic cell ribosomes are smaller in size. In eukaryotic cell ribosomes are bigger in size. What is the main function of ribosome? In both the cell they are helping in the formation of protein synthesis. That's why ribosomes are called protein factories. Here ends today's lesson.